Okay, so uh,
Hi.
Namaste and
Namaste.
welcome to Sampoorn Nari Talks.
Yeah, just one second.
And we welcome you all. And I am Poonam Upadhyaya, founder of Tathastu Holistic Health and co-founder of Sampoorna Nari. And I, with my co-founder Priya, we both have come together to listen to Kalyani Patangi, who is going to share her journey of becoming Sampoorna Nari. So I request Kalyani and Priya to please on their video. And
Just
Priya, if you can introduce yourself.
Hi, myself Priya Musreja, owner for the Sampurna Nari initiative. I welcome you, Kalyani.
thank you, Priya.
I request you to switch on your video as well.
My video is not working. Probably I'll have to log in with my phone. That's what I'm trying to check
All
right
right.
now.
Okay, no problem. In the meanwhile, we'll wait for other people to join in.
Sure.
And of course, grand welcome to you.
Thank
And
you.
we hope many people get inspired from you and that they become a Sampurna Nari. I think you're trying to start something.
Yeah, one second. Okay, can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
We can see you. Welcome to Sampoorna Nari Talks.
Thank you so much.
So all the audiences there, let me tell you about Kalyani. She is president of Wiki, India and South Korea bilateral, and she is a director and senior management and business consultant. And she is specialist in handling end-to-end HR and other strategic management activities. And also, she does a lots of activity. She is a certified people of Scrum Master, volunteer at Community Impact Challenge. She is also connected to UN and volunteer with love and happiness in UN volunteering team. And she does lots of activity related to women. I have seen her; she's so much connected to all the women there. So, Kalyani, we welcome you all. We welcome you.
Thank you so much. Poonam. That was really a very nice welcome for me. Well,
That is fine.
as Poonam mentioned, I'm into a lot of activities. So somebody might ask me, she must be crazy. She's doing so many things, but actually speaking, it's not that way. It's just that I'm very passionate and I don't like sitting idle. So I like doing a lot of things, and I tend to do a lot of stuff that way. Not today, it's something that I've been doing from my childhood, I can say that. And having said that, I should first of all thank you to Poonam. Thank you so much for approaching me for this particular show, and we really hit it well during our first conversation, and I really thoroughly enjoyed talking with you, and it was
Yeah.
like really talking to somebody whom I know for ages. I felt that when I spoke to you. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure actually. And yes, we are going to ask you very simple, basic questions related to your life, related to your journey, so that anyone can relate them with your story, and that will motivate them or inspire them to go ahead. So, looking forward for it.
Whatever I
So, we'll start.
will.
Yeah, so we'll start with the first question that I want to know how was your childhood? And like there is always a connection with when you are doing the things passionately, there is some connection with childhood, some memories or some incident. So what is your like, if you can share some memories or the incident which has inspired you to become what you are today?
Thank you, Neha. Childhood, all of us have great memories, some bitter, some very nice, some memories we cherish. Many of them don't know. I'm not born in Bangalore, though I'm a proper Bangalorean. I'm not born in Bangalore. I was born in a place called as Kakinada, where my mom was a teacher there. And that was close to the village where my grandfather was a doctor. So I was born in Kakinada and came to the village when I was 5 days old or something. And I loved that village atmosphere. And because my grandfather was a doctor, I was closely attached to him, and there were a lot of things he taught me as a child. And I come from a very big family, a joint family, affluent, well-to-do family. And I've seen a lot of love and affection being given for me. It's like people have waited for me for 16 years to be born. So, I've got all the pamper, love, and affection. And I've always been in the close knit environment. And as I said, people were waiting for me to be born. I've always brought in that energy from my childhood.
Wow.
So I carry that energy, and I don't like that energy to go for a waste. That's one of the reasons why I keep doing something what I really love, what I really cherish. And as I said, everybody in my family, they love me, they care for me. Each person tried to impart one talent or the other to me. Somebody with cooking skills, somebody with gardening skills, somebody with caring skills. So I basically, from childhood, I'm a people's person.
Wow.
So having been a people's person, that way I've imbibed a lot of talents, a lot of creativity, and a lot of interest towards things. And that's how I've learned that I shouldn't be idle for even for a moment. And it's like literally drilled into me that idle mind is devil's workshop. So I don't. So this is the basic influence that I've had from my childhood. And just to add, the school, I studied in a missionary school. So there is a lot of imbibing that's come even from the school over there. Like small things, acknowledge somebody, appreciate somebody, go ahead, go an extra mile to go about ensuring that people are recognized for what they are doing. These are all some things that I learned from the school. So that's how I am who I am from my childhood.
Wow. Actually, now we realize that that is how you we say small thing, but they play a major role in a person's personality, how they grow up. So initially, when we also used to have this value education, we felt that it was not worth. But then now we realize the importance of it when the schools are not keeping that. So yes, it has lots of impact. And one more thing I have noticed, where all the influential women whom we have spoken to, they have this one thing which you mentioned, like the small things which you were mentioning, like appreciating, gratitude. So that really helps. So all the women who are listening, so this small thing does big miracles. So do keep on doing all that thing. So my next question is, who all were your inspiration in your journey?
Now, inspiration means anybody would say somebody from outside, some big person, big personality. But I will say my major inspiration is God. I'm very spiritual person, so first is God. After that, somebody I can relate to and I really feel inspired is my mom. My
Wow.
mother is Sujata Subramaniam, and she is very strong woman. Today I'm able to face what I'm facing. I am who I am. It's because of my mother. First inspiration is my mother. Second is my father, my dad Subramaniam. And there is a lot that they have taught me over these years. We get through a phase in our life where we have to stand alone. They prepared me for that right from my childhood. And not only that, it is they who have gone ahead and taught me that living an ordinary life, living a life is not just the great thing. You got to live in such a way that everybody would say, I want to live like her. I want to have what she's having. That is something that my parents taught me. And not only that, I can say somebody else who is really inspired is both my grandmothers. My mom's mom and dad's mom, they are again strong women. I have seen them go through such hard battles in life, but they stood strong. So we as human beings, we go through ups and downs in our life, no doubt about it. But it is we
Yes.
who go stand strong. And that is the time we have a lot of temptation to slip off and take hold of things that we are not supposed to do, where we will regret it later. And that's the time we got to be strong. And I learned that from these people. And not only that, all my friends with whom I studied, they have been a great inspiration for me, because they would never give up on me. Whatever may be the situation, they would always be there with me, support me. It happens many a time. हमें बहुत बुरा लगता है, किसी से नहीं बोलेंगे वो. It will be right within us. We are not even sharing with our family, but our friends are the people who call up and like, तू ठीक है? नहीं, मुझे नहीं लग, मुझे अजीब सा लग रहा है. क्या बताऊं? So I really love all my friends. I thank God for all those people who He has placed in my life. And I firmly believe whoever comes in your life, maybe it's a small acquaintance, maybe it's a supplier, maybe it's a vendor, koi bhi aa raha ho, they bring in a lot of energy for you to share. If it is positive, accept it. If it is negative, discard it. But there is a lot of learning you get from anybody and everybody in your life.
Very true. Very true. And when we live with this thought process where we have to learn from each and everyone, we are absolutely like we are on right track, and we are progressing, so that we can make out, because then we are considering each and every individual. So,
According to me, I feel everybody are important in our life.
yeah, very true.
Everybody can be even a Facebook friend. That person is important for us. For them, it might be just another friend, but for us, we don't know that can be the world for us, right?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely true. So I know, like when we spoke, uh, that passion was there for women and for giving your services. So how did that passion generate, and how did it grow? If you can put some light on that.
I just have to go a little back about that. We are three daughters for our parents. So, back then how the society was. So my
Yeah.
parents were condemned very badly because we are three daughters. You surely have done something that you don't have a son, aisa vaisa. But my parents did not take that to heart, but they went ahead and encouraged us. Jaise they would go about encouraging a man to do something, they have done that for us. So got us educated and gave us that independence to make wise decisions as and when we needed. And not only that, even if we have made some silly, stupid decision, they stood by us. They did not leave us just like that, and they took care of us. So that is something that got into me very strongly. And I said, what I got, what was a blessing for me from God, getting the support from parents and friends and other things, I shouldn't let go of. If I am able to do even for a single girl, even for a single woman around me, it might not be something really great, even a word of applause for them, even a word of encouragement, I shouldn't let it go. And that's what I adopted, and that's what motivated me. And eventually, as I moved into HR, I started working with women. I started seeing that it is women who go through so much of churn in their life, even to meet both the ends. They are working women, they are independent, they are doing a lot of things. I don't deny it. But still, it is the amount of energy what they have to drain out to get that is something more than what men have to do it. This we can't discount it. It is known fact for all of us. So this was something that motivated me to do something for women, to stand by women to go. And one more strong feeling I have always had, and I discussed this with you during our first conversation. If women go about encouraging women and motivating women, life only will be something very different.
So true, and I agreed to that. And you have very noble thought process where you are thinking that way, because there are some situation where women are fighting against each other. So this thought process will help all the women to grow. So, and yes, you also mentioned, as you are speaking about this, that you, at least in this pandemic or lockdown period, you had asked around 1,000 of ladies that did they get their appreciation which they required. So can you this like share that too with the audiences?
Yes, I would really certainly share that. Okay, this pandemic is something that happened so suddenly for all of us. And this was my observation, not to hurt anybody's feeling, but be it a woman, whether she's a working woman or a homemaker, or she's a part-time working woman, she's an entrepreneur, whatever she is, the amount she went through during this particular phase, or she's going through even now, is something very different. What she went through is just not something visible. She's gone through physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, professionally, personally, technically, every ways. It's not just like, I'll give you one example. Initially, when the pandemic started, cook and serve for the family and take care. I'm giving a situation where the woman is a homemaker. So morning she'll prepare the breakfast, 11 o'clock के लिए कुछ नाश्ता बनाओ, फिर दोपहर के लिए खाना बनाओ, फिर 4 बजे नाश्ता बनाओ, फिर रात को खाना बनाओ. She used to go about doing diligently. एक महीने बाद पता चलता है everybody are putting on weight. मुझे ऐसा कुछ करना चाहिए कि उनका हेल्थ का ध्यान रखे. And the people who are working at home, be it my children, be it my husband, they are just stuck to the computer. They are not, no physical activity. कहीं बाहर नहीं जा सकते हैं, कुछ नहीं कर सकते, मुझे ही कुछ. Then she becomes a health manager and she starts planning, organizing. तब जाके मार्केट में जाके इसके लिए ढूंढो, बाजरा है ढूंढो, नहीं मिल रहा, बेसन है ढूंढो, नहीं मिल रहा, उधर से मंगाओ, इधर से मंगाओ. That was a real churn that women went. This was one. Then think about the working women. Working women पहले they used to just go about डिब्बा बनाओ, खाना पैक करो और भेजो, बस. अभी ऐसा नहीं है, घर में बैठ के काम भी करो, टाइम के लिए कुछ ना कुछ दे दो और खा लो, और मीटिंग्स भी अटेंड करो, काम भी करो. How much of pressure is there? And उसके अलावा डोमेस्टिक हेल्थ भी नहीं है. There are places where men have raised up, they have come forward and helped, but there are many women who have said, no, I didn't get even an iota of help from my husband. My husband could not help because he's in a senior position and throughout it. What happens to women in those cases? She's not a punching bag. And that was the time when I heard all those stories, I felt something should be done for women. If not anything, the family members, we should encourage them to say thank you for those women. The thank you means the world for them. That one word of thank you, one word of appreciation, it will mean the world for them, and they will be motivated to do 10 times more than what they have.
Absolutely.
Absolutely true.
Really wanted for women, basically. And not only that, leave alone people inside the house. Hum log, being women, if we don't give shabashi for one another, there is nobody else who can give it.
Yeah, definitely. Now, so it's very much required, because now it's more than a year, and women are in the same boat, still struggling to maintain. So,
But it's amazing how you have understood the connection with all the types of women who have been struggling in this pandemic. And I must say, you are very lucky to have the right people around you, your parents, your grandparents, who have been supporting you, because not everyone has a supporting family. But I will really say that you are very, very lucky. And yes, you are an inspiration.
I will not say I'm lucky. I will say I'm blessed. I'm highly blessed and highly favored that way by God. But only thing, even after that, I'm able to relate to other people. I don't want that to be like, ठीक है, उनका कर्म है ऐसा मिला है. I don't want to be like that. If I can do something to uplift them, एक शाबाशी देके उनको उठा सकती हूँ, that's like a real achievement for me.
Absolutely true. And this is what is inspiring about women like you. Well, just one thought can inspire many. So, uh, so then we'll move to next question. I want to know what were your struggle and challenges in your journey, and how did you face it, and how did you come above all that?
Struggles and challenges has been there. I come from a family where nobody has worked in corporate before me. My uncles, they're all from public sector, or dad and my other uncles businessmen, either public sector or businessmen. I have cousins or brothers who are older to me. Again, they are either in public sector or businessmen. So nobody from corporate as such. And corporate culture creeped into Bangalore only from 1995, 96, I can say. And I was the first person to enter into a corporate, and it was like a real culture shock for me. Again, I said I'm come from a conservative family and close-knit, protected background. So I'm getting into a world where equality, again, things, all those things are coming. It was like a real journey for me. But yeah, I did have supporting friends, supporting managers who helped me through that. And yes, once I got in through it, my main aim was to achieve something in my career. I'm getting into a career also. It's not that I want to make money. I want to save that money. That's one thing I've had it as a vision in my life. I should grow up to a level where I'll be able to help 10 other people. It's not that I'm going to go about giving them money. Money is not always the help. And always I believe that where money comes, passion dies. So I want to passionately do something for somebody, even if I'm able to educate somebody, even if I'm able to encourage somebody, motivate somebody, do something for them. That is my achievement. And for that, I've really worked hard. And by God's grace, God put in people in my life in the right time at the right place. And they helped me mold myself to be who I am. Lot of mentors, lot of bosses. I can never forget all those people who have made a difference in my life. And I keep, as and when there are situations where I can acknowledge, I can thank, I publicly post their names and thank them openly because they made a difference in my life.
Wow. And wow, that's really great. And to remember after you reach a point where there's no looking behind, then to remembering all of them is achievement in its own self, because that is also one important thing which we all should know and learn.
Now, this is something that I really want to share in this forum, be it for a man, be it for a woman, whoever is watching this. When nobody knew you, your friends and your family supported you. When nobody knew you, you had no identity for yourself. Your friends and family came forward and supported you. Tomorrow you grow up to become whatever you are. You can be the head of the organization, you can become the CXO, you can be even the president of the nation. But when you come back to your family, come as yourself. Don't come back as a president or a CXO or a manager or a senior manager. Don't be the same old person, the brother you are, the sister you are, the mom or the aunt you are, whoever you are, come back as that person. And acknowledge anybody and everybody who have helped you in your life. That gratitude is an attitude that all of us should have in our life.
Very true. Absolutely.
I'm already feeling the warmth without she telling me anything.
Yeah, she actually has very good vibes.
Yes, absolutely.
We
Without
easily
even
feel
meeting.
connected to. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah, I agree with you completely, Priya. So now, as a Sampurna Nari, what is that one message which you want to give to all women out there who are Sampurna Naris?
They're already Sampurna Nari. They don't require any message. They will in fact be a misal for me and learning for me from them. But as such, people who really need a message, I will only say is, in any situation you are, in anything what you do, be positive, be effective. और इतना ही नहीं, जितना हो सके अपने आजू बाजू जो कोई भी है, just go about lifting them up. Try to uplift them. It is not just women, even a man, even a kid. Uplift them, motivate them, encourage them. Because world is a place where you have many critics. You hardly have people to motivate you. And you become that motivator, and you will see that motivation coming back to you. And I always learned in my life, I am blessed to be a blessing, not to be selfish. I am blessed so richly. I'm favored so richly so that I can favor somebody and be a blessing for somebody. And that blessing need not be only monetary aspect. Always, that is something that most of the people come up with. It's not necessarily monetary aspect. It can be encouragement. It can be a smallest thing, like doing a presentation for your friend. Even that's a motivation for that friend. Shabashi do jiske liye unhone kiya hai, that's a motivation. So this is something that I want to say to every woman. Women especially, be independent. Jitna ho sake, be independent, because once you start expecting somebody and you start holding on for some kind of an expectation, there are chances of you being hurt and that nobody can come and console you when you are hurt. Be independent, just not one way, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, technically, professionally, personally, every ways be independent, and you make people depend on you. That is the Shakti you have, and that Shakti you use it. That is Nari Shakti, I can say.
Very true, very true.
Very true. I'm getting all the goosebumps here after listening to you. I'm sure many people will be inspired by you, and they will be independent if now they will at least take the steps to be independent.
Yes, very true. Very much required now to know that, and someone like you motivating them also will help to boost their confidence, because as you said, and we to believe the same, that we all are Sampurna Naris and we have that inner Shakti in us. Just there should be one flame and we go ahead. So so thank you. You are really like you take it so like lightly, but you connect with all the women. I think you just connect to their hearts.
I wish I could make some difference for somebody, and I really, Tahe Dil se, I thank all the women for making this pandemic so easy, not just for one of us, all of us. All of us. Because
Yeah.
even one person gets affected, it goes like a chain reaction. But all of them, ikhatta hoke, they've gone ahead and faced it. And I'm not just saying only for women, even men, they have cooperated a lot in this space. Kids especially. I mean, just go to a 6-year-old kid and tell you don't play outside, how difficult it is for them. But they understood. मैं बाहर जाऊंगी या बाहर जाऊंगा तो मुझे हो जाएगा, और मेरी वजह से मम्मी पापा को डिफिकल्टी हो जाएगी, so I'm not going to go out, I'll just play inside the house. Okay, mummy papa are working, so let me be quiet, let me not trouble them. They've come to a stage where they've even come to sacrifice their bachpana for the sake of living. That is something we have to applaud, and thank God that we are there for each other during this pandemic. Ultimately, I can say that.
Yes, very true.
It's all the magic of the Android phones. Years back, when similar pandemic had happened, there were no Android phones. It was so difficult then. Now we are able to at least see each other.
True.
But that has also given us chance where we are connecting and doing something like Sampurna Nari. So at least it is connecting all of us where we also are getting inspired by all of you who are coming here and inspiring us with your motivation and your stories. So we are really grateful for that and grateful to you for accepting our invitation and coming.
Thank you, Poonam. Thank you, Priya. It's really nice to connect. And if I could make even one person smile with my talk, I'm really thankful for this particular discussion.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. Uh, you came here and gave such a wonderful talk where in each and every words you had, we sensed that how much affection or how much you are connected to the humans. So thank you for all that what you have, and we are really very grateful for you coming here and making our show ahead. And also, as you suggested, I think Priya will also agree. Let's do one thing where we all at least say thank you to someone we know, some woman, and at least they are encouraged and motivated. And if uh, like all the women who are listening, who are women, men, whoever are listening, if they also say that one thank you to their whoever is helping them, I think that will make a huge difference, because now again we are people are feeling that and they are going again to the same scenario. So let's start and let's do it. So thank you so much, Kalyani,
Thank
for
you,
coming.
Kalyani.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you, Poonam. God bless you both richly and your families. And God bless this Sampurna Nari show. Let this become super successful and women get motivated to stand on their feet and do things that they really never dreamt of doing.
Thank you so much. So, with this, we will just end our session. And thank you again for that wonderful session.